and done everything they possibly can to get around that truck carrying logs, even though nothing's going to happen.
The anxiety's real.
All right, before we begin the show, let's thank our sponsors. First and foremost, our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. All natural, non-GMO coconut water with natural electrolytes and no added sugar. You can choose from pure blueberry, pineapple, watermelon, sparkling energy, and chocolate flavors with Once Upon a Coconut. Stay hydrated and refreshed. And if you're wondering why it tastes so darn good, it's due to a combination of factors, including the freshness and sweetness of young coconut water, the lack of additives, and the natural electrolytes present. And the best part about it, Once Upon a Coconut, 10% of profits go to charity that benefit our communities, including the Down Syndrome Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation, Leukemia Society. Good things, good people, great product. So you can grab it at some Sprouts. You can grab it on Amazon. You can go online to find a store near you or purchase it right there off of their website, onceuponacoconut.com. It is delish. Big thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, our buddy Nick and the crew over at Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. That's not all they do. Inspect All can take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Remember, seasonal, you get different bugs and critters all around your house, so you want to go with the best in the business, and that would be one of our fine sponsors from day one, InspectAllServices.com. It's the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, with the Aurora Law Firm, best darn defense attorney in the world, litigating all over the United States, based out of Georgia. We're talking criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. And you can always get your legal questions answered by the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, by getting those to me. And when he pops up on a show, you get your questions answered. So go to thebaileyshow.com and we'll get those questions to the Mad Dog. The Aurora Law Firm.com. He is the best in the business when it comes to therapists. There's no doubt about that. I use them, and so should you. We're talking about Dr. David Markwell with Ridgeline Counseling. He's got 10 therapists in-house, 3 different locations there in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square in McKaysville, just outside of Blue Ridge. But if you're not in Georgia and you need to talk to the good doctor, then you can go online and get virtual sessions. Ridgeline Counseling at gmail.com if you'd like to email him directly, or go online to markwelltherapy.com. There is no better time to check if your insurance is any good. That's why FBC Insurance is waiting for you to reach out. You can call them at 888-308-1841 or email them info@fbcinsuranceservices.com. I just switched up my car insurance because I got a better deal at FBC Insurance. They were the people to find it. Perfect for new homeowners, especially if you're trying to reshop those current insurance policies. 5-star service, multi-policy, bundled discounts, and they're going to shop every carrier out there to find the best insurance for your house, flood, storm season, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or just a personal policy. 888-308-1841 or go online, FBCInsuranceServices.com. Another one of our great sponsors in storm season. You have to talk to the good people at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated. They are a Generac generator dealer, founded in 2012. So storm season, power goes out. Who knows when it's coming back on? Don't be that guy or girl that does not have a backup plan and having power for whatever it be, especially medical devices, fans, air conditioning, so on and so forth. Offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators, every single one of you. When you become a customer at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, you get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring, and warranty repair. A+ rating with a BB&B, and you pay nothing until the job is complete. Call or request a free home assessment and go to their website, poweringgeorgia.com, or buzz them at 770-853-7571. Use the discount code Bailey, my last name, and get $500 off your entire installation. All right? Servicing Georgia and Tennessee. A live ozone therapy spa in Altamont Springs, Florida. This is mine and my wife's wellness spa. If you have an autoimmune, cancer, HIV, just simple biohacking, long COVID, the answer is yes to just about anything that's going on in your body. Most of the time it starts with inflammation, and ozone therapy, it decreases inflammation. So ozone therapy, we are the first and only to do it in Central Florida. That is a live ozone therapy spa. We also offer red light therapy, halo therapy, pressotherapy, PMF grounding mat, as well as naturally in-house made ozone infused products like the magnesium butter that many of you absolutely love. Ozone therapy, what is it? Quickly, it repairs and rejuvenates your cells to the mitochondrial level by using activated unlimited oxygen. Simple as that. No side effects. That's all there is to it. It's a 30-minute session, and you actually burn up to 600 calories when you're in the Hocket sauna. We do it the most non-invasive way. So whether you're in the area or you want to travel, book an appointment, AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. All the products you can get there as well. And remember, for you two peers, use the discount code BS10 to take that off those online products. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. And if you are a listener of this podcast and you need any of our great sponsors, please reach out to them. Now, let's begin.
What do we want to talk about?
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Welcome to the Bailey Show podcast, a guy show women love to listen to.
Intellectually immature nonsense.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS. That's BS.
Okay, then, let's do it.
Yeah, here it is, episode 413 of the Bailey Show podcast. The guy show women love to listen to, believe it or not. It's all on the BPX, that is the Bailey Podcast Exchange. 3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 podcast feed, preferably Spotify, because Spotify's got the videos. I don't think the other platforms have the videos. I think
YouTube does.
YouTube.
Yeah, but we don't put all the episodes on YouTube.
No.
Thanks for joining.
Tricky.
Only this episode, the freebie episode, goes up on the BPX YouTube channel. So
That's what we were talking about.
it's not what you're talking about. You had no idea. You were just guessing. Need to know. Anyway, so yeah, thank you very much. And there's 3 episodes of the Bailey Show podcast throughout the week. Believe it or not, you might not know that because this is a freebie episode. That means it's free, but there are subscriber episodes. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are for subscribers. I would highly recommend you do that. They're great shows, great guests. You're just missing out. Go to jasonbailey.com and you could subscribe. The newly revamped jasonbailey.com. You can go up there. Remember, Mondays, Honey, I Raised the Kids. That's about me and my wife becoming empty nesters, our new business, our second stage in our life. I do that with Rach. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays is the BS. And then Friday, it's the Vinyl Road podcast, where me and Brad Stewart of the band Saliva talk rock and roll, stories from the road. He's out on tour. So 5 days a week, you've got content. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. Please use them. They are great people, and I appreciate them immensely for sponsoring the show and making it happen. Thanks to our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. Best damn coconut water in the land. You can go to onceuponacoconut.com, put in your zip code, find out where you can purchase it nearest you. I promise you, it's the best coconut water you've ever had.
It's really good.
Numerous flavors. That was chocolate I just showed you. You got pineapple, watermelon, blueberry, straight up in your face, coconut water, energy, coconut water. Or you can buy it online, like at the variety pack. Use the discount code BSPodcast10 at checkout and save Geetuses. All right. Thanks for being here. My name is Jason Bailey. There's the Fox with 2 X's. Hello, Melissa Fox.
Hi.
Nothing tithy to say at the beginning of the show? Nothing
Pithy or piffy? Pithy.
pithy, whatever. You
Okay.
got it? No. Okay, good
What's
talk.
pithy?
Pithy, I think, is tithy.
It's pithy.
I thought it was tithy. Is it not tithy?
No, it's a tithe, but
It's a
pithy.
Okay. Well, either way, she ain't got shit to
Ain't
say.
got shit to say.
Look it up, Ben.
There's the Bald Badger in the Golden Scissor studio, Benjamin.
Hi. How you doing, Bailey and Fox?
Hi.
So,
It's pithy.
so you guys want to hear the latest old man statement that I've heard? It came from one Benjamin. Benjamin comes into my house, right? And he says to me and Rach, he goes, "Hey, you guys want to try it?" Like he invented this idea. He goes, "Hey, you guys ever heard of a dirty soda?" And I was like,
Said
"No."
just like that.
I was like, "No, I don't know what a dirty soda is." My wife was like, "Oh yeah, that's what all the kids are doing now. It's a big on TikTok." He's like trying to fight it. He's like, "I invented it. It's my idea. You mix Coca-Cola and coffee creamer." And Rachel's like, "Well, yeah, but it's been out for a minute. It's evolved. And now the kids are putting protein powder in it."
I love how your wife is the cool one in this story.
And Ben's like fighting the whole thing. He's like, "No, it hasn't evolved. I made it up on my ride over to the Golden Scissor studio. It's a dirty soda invented by one Bald Badger Benjamin."
What about Laverne and Shirley and Milk and Pepsi?
No, that's not what he's doing.
No,
No.
No? Okay.
No. So you just made one with Coke and coffee creamer, right?
A Diet Coke and zero sugar Italian sweet cream.
Did you do that for me, or is that the trend?
What, the zero sugar?
Yeah.
That I have diabetes, so it's actually for me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a smart guy. That's why I Diet Coke.
All right, let me try it.
Here's yours.
I gotta
Yep.
I gotta dip in, but
This sounds horrible.
You know,
I don't drink Coca-Cola or any brown sodas. So.
it's actually pretty good.
mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's kind of cream soda-y.
Yeah, it's good call, kiddos on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's
And
good.
just for the hell of it, I mixed one with Once Upon a Coconut.
With Coca-Cola
Yeah, straight up in your face. Well, no, not with Coca-Cola. Just
Cream.
straight up in your face coconut water
and cream,
and cream.
coffee creamer.
Yes, with the zero sugar coffee creamer. Let's
Yeah.
see.
I bet you that's pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good. It's not the soda I think works really well.
Yeah, I you know what? When you think about it, now that I have, really anything with coffee creamer is pretty good.
Probably didn't suck.
Yeah. So like when I do my coffee drinks, like when you see me on the show and I got my little shaker,
Mhm.
I have coffee, then I have a scoop of peanut butter protein, a scoop of chocolate protein, coffee creamer, zero sugar coffee creamer. Protein's got zero sugar in it.
Mhm.
And then I have almond milk and I fill it up. And
No creatine?
it's creatine. No.
Creatine.
No, I
Ooh.
don't have any creatine in there. So, and that's pretty good. So anything to do with coffee. I tell you what, these kids on TikTok, I'm not a big, actually, I'm kind of anti TikTok since they banned a live
that's
ozone
good.
therapy spa. But yeah, and they haven't given me, I know the reason, but they will not tell me what the reason is.
American.
The reason is because we will post videos to help people with cancer or COVID, and those are banned words on TikTok as they are on Google.
Oh, hey.
Mhm. Mhm. You saw that big what was the they found Google guilty of during the election of omitting, back to this freedom of speech conversation, right? So Google was not allowing people to say certain things. They finally got called out, or I'm sorry, the administration, I believe it was the Biden administration, was bringing heat on Google for them not to allow certain things.
Right.
That was the big lawsuit. Okay.
Right. And Zuckerberg also admitted to limiting any conservative information too.
Right. Zuckerberg came out. I don't know if it was on his own. I'm sure it's probably a little bit of pressure. So these social media companies can do that if they want to, right? Again, they're private companies. If they choose, just like Fox News wants to lean right or CNN wants to lean left, we have to get it through our thick skulls that the internet is not part of your freedom of speech. It is not. Like the internet, for you to communicate into a mass audience. I'm not talking about your website. Your website, if you want to build a website and communicate through your website, good luck creating a database. That's fine. But if you want a built-in database, i.e. Twitter or X or Facebook or something like that, you have to abide by their rules.
Yeah.
And if their rules say no, that's their call.
You agreed to it when you signed up to use the services.
Correct. Yeah. Do I agree with it? No, I don't.
But you said you did.
But I said, we all said we
Yep.
did. Now, we all have our, like, this is the fight, right? What should be allowed? Twitter is horrible. Like, if you go and you scroll through Twitter, I mean, there are videos of people dying. There are horrible videos up there. Like, it is a very militant, malicious, aggressive social media platform. TikTok's more fun, right? TikTok has more of these little dirty soda, college girl, trendy type of deals. Facebook for the older folks, right? For the most part.
Mhm.
Instagram, I kind of live on the Instagram. I like the Instagram.
I will say I've got a really good friend and a couple friendly acquaintances that are our age that have started TikTok shops.
Okay, so we had a TikTok shop for a live ozone therapy spa. And we have one on Etsy, and then you can go through a live ozone therapy spa to purchase our products, that we sell in-house, the stuff that we make in-house, the ozone infused magnesium butter, so on and so forth. Now you can go to the brand new Alive Ozone Therapy app. You can download it in the Apple Store or the Android store, whatever. But we had like this girl that works for us, Kinsey, we had her go through the process And it is a process to get a TikTok shop up there. So we get it up there and we were doing pretty well. Next thing I know, we're banned on TikTok. Have no idea why. So you have to log into TikTok and it's not easy. Like there's a workaround where you can message them, but it's not just plain as day. So I found the workaround to message them and they would just, they wouldn't give me a reason. They would just say, you're banned. They wouldn't review it. There's nobody I can talk to. I can't talk to Mr. Talk. There's nobody to speak to.
Did you call Tick?
Nobody was available.
Damn it.
So I'm like, GFY, dude, I don't need you. That's fine. Go to hell. But then I figured out why. I mean, I'm assuming why, because Google is the same way, is that when you talk about things in the healthcare world, like the two big things are cancer and COVID. You talk about any of those two things, you'll get red flagged. And I know that because I do Google ads for Alive, and they won't let you use cancer or COVID as a keyword.
Because it's a Chinese company and it's Wuhan?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I'm assuming it's because maybe you have snake oil. I don't know. I would think you would lean towards there are more people out there that have helpful information for those struggling with cancer or want information on COVID. But because COVID became this so controversial thing and it created a war between the maskers and the unmasks, you know what I mean? And it became political.
Did you have a mask?
Vaxxers.
Unfortunately, I wore one because I was forced to wear them. Same with the damn vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked with a bunch of old people. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, we are silenced, and you just got to take it. I mean, there's no fighting it.
Well, aren't we planning on buying TikTok, America?
Supposedly America's TikTok has sent out a notification that you have to, I don't know if it's because I'm registered as a business, maybe. But I've got 3 TikTok accounts, right? I've got a personal account that I never use. And then I've got the show account that I use, that I post to. And then the Alive, which is banned, that I don't post to anymore. So I went on to the show TikTok account because I like to go, there's a little foot thing at the top and you can see who's looking at your stuff, which is kind of neat. And I see a lot of people that supposedly don't like me that constantly look at my content, which is always funny. So the other day when I was on there, it said, in order to verify your account, you have to update all this information, which included me uploading my EIN information. So I had to upload documentation because the podcast is under an LLC. So I had to upload the government EIN document. And I don't know if they're doing that for everyone. I'm sure I'm not special.
Just you. Just
me. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it on the old interwebs. Like they're like, have you seen what TikTok's doing? I'm assuming that has something to do with this new sale to the US investors. They're going to try to weed out certain people or, censor certain people. I have no idea.
TikTok did shut down for like a day earlier this year, didn't it?
Oh, it's hilarious, dude. There was
oh my God.
There was a video of this young girl that, well, maybe it was because she was banned. I thought maybe it was the day that it shut down or was banned, because people make a living off TikTok, right? Yeah. Whether it's the TikTok shop or you've got millions of followers and you're getting paid for it somehow. Anyway, she was banging on the TikTok door headquarters. She was like, I'm going, I understand your pain. I get it. I know what you're talking about. I need to talk to somebody of why my account's banned. But none of these social media accounts, you have to figure shit out for yourself. Yeah. There's nobody to talk to, right? The only number that I know that exists, that, by the way, is a real number because I've called it.
911.
No, if you watch the movie Social Network with Justin Timberlake and Jesse Eisenberg, right? The card, it's a CEO bitch at the very end when they screw over the other guy, and Justin Timberlake delivers Jesse Eisenberg or Mark Zuckerberg his business card. That phone number on the card is the actual phone number to Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I called it. I was like, I wonder if that's really a thing. Yeah. Yeah. So you can call it. You can ask him questions. That's fun.
Who's that guy? Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield,
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
the horrible Spider-Man.
Coming for it. Oh,
Yeah, the horrible Spider-Man. So anyway, we are in the month of October. We're close to, right? When this was released. That means Halloween. What is Halloween going to do? Because I've started to see people put up their decorations early. What does that mean? Why do you think people are putting up their decorations early?
because they're for sale earlier now.
That's
So you might as well put them out.
that's a good answer. They do get into Home Depot a lot earlier. Fox?
I have no idea, but they are putting them up earlier. Maybe because they're trying to be festive and get, deal with all this other crap that's going on. They just want to ignore it.
No, I'm talking about people in their houses and putting Halloween decorations up earlier.
That's what I mean.
What? Okay, so the answer to my question is what?
Because they want to get away from all the crap that's going on in the world and look festive and try to change the mood.
Actually, opposite of that. People love Halloween. It is the one holiday that you can express your political / protesty, whiny, whatever opinion through Halloween decorations and not have to take the heat as it's you saying it. I didn't say it. It's the
Halloween said it.
It's the skeleton in my front yard that said it. I'm not the one that put that horrible decoration up in the front yard. It was the scarecrow that did it. I want to do my whiny protesting because I don't have the balls enough to do it myself through the scarecrow and the big giant skeleton that I bought at Home Depot where you step on the button, it goes,
Agent Scully.
Right. You're starting to see it earlier and earlier on social media, these people that are posting these pictures and they're all like politically driven and it grosses me out, drives me insane.
Wow.
Dude, think about the kids, man. The kids are the ones that are coming to your house for the candy. They don't care about your political opinion, whether right or left or in between or up or down. They want the fun, scared. They want the dry ice. They want the smoke. They want the witch. They want the boo. They don't want the blood and gore of hanging and knives and gunshots and all this horrible stuff that's got real meaning behind it.
The body wrapped up in the Visqueen under the tree with.
But have you seen the one with the mailman skeleton climbing the tree and the skeletons of the dogs chasing the mailman up?
I love that.
That is so funny. But like 10 people already have sent that to me on Facebook Messenger. It's like, yeah, I've seen it.
Office.
Yeah, but you're missing my point. My point is those are fine because
but the blood and gore is not. I get it.
No. It's not even about the blood and gore. It's about there's a real story behind it because this year you are going to have dum-dums that are going to put a Halloween decoration in their front yard that's going to be very reminiscent of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That's going to happen.
I didn't see that's where you were going.
You know that is going to happen because people want to use Halloween as their transition piece to protest or speak their mind or show the world what their opinion is. It's the goofiest trend that we've seen over the years. It's like, just go make a post or tell a buddy, but why do you got to have it in your front yard for the entire neighborhood to see? And then you're not even thinking about the kids. They just want a piece of candy.
Did you use word transition on purpose?
Like, I don't know how I just used it, but I'm sure I did.
Transition.
No, just, well, yeah, it was, so it's, you start to see these, I'm starting to see these pictures on social media and people do it for attention, and it's like the Charlie Kirk assassination still bothers me to this day. And then you're starting to get all these conspiracy theories out now. One I heard the other day that was, if the video that I saw that this person posted is accurate.
Talking about the lapel mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
yeah.
That.
I didn't see this. Can you give me a little something?
Go ahead. Yeah,
the lapel mic. So the position that Kirk is in and the supposed shooter was at considered like a 70-degree angle, but the wound came in this way and out this way. If you look at it frame by frame, the lapel mic explodes
right to left.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to coordinate. The lapel mic explodes and his neck goes this way.
Left.
Thank you.
Yes, because there are people without video, so you have to explain it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yep.
you're good at this.
So anyway, let me help you out.
Please.
The lapel mic on Charlie Kirk's shirt when he was assassinated was on his right breast. Okay. So he's sitting facing a crowd. The way that the alleged shooter would have shot his neck, because remember at the beginning of this whole thing, people were like, well, he's aiming for his face or this. And then you had people that were professional snipers talking about it and saying, look, if you're a professional sniper, you're not missing his face. Like that's where you're going to shoot. To hit that mark in his neck is a pretty good shot, and like, this is a kid, granted, I've heard that he practiced I practiced tennis, but I'm not going out there beating Alvarez. Right. So the shot is unless he got really, really lucky, whatever the case may be.
Really, really perfect shot.
The conspiracy is that if you watch the video and you slow it down, the lapel mic exploded and shot a bullet through the right side of his neck, exiting the left side of his neck. And then you got people like Candace Owens that are out there jumping on the conspiracy theory, talking about, hey, why wasn't there any blood behind him? If the bullet is coming in front of him and exiting the back of him, there would have been an exit with blood splatter on the back of the tent. All these things make sense. But when you talk about them out loud and you go against what has already been delivered to us from the media, you sound like a crazy person, right? Go back to the day of the shooting when the internet police got all the footage and started to scan the crowd. There was a man to Charlie Kirk's right that
the thing with the
that reached for something on his arm or like he pushed a button, and it simultaneously as he was doing that, Charlie Kirk was shot. So that brings up who is this guy?
Right. Not to mention that a lapel mic could easily have been wired, and at that close range, a 22 bullet or something like that would do damage, but it would have to be very close range.
Well, I mean, you look at assassinations and the people that are charged with the assassination attempts, there is like
a patsy.
99% of the time, there's a conspiracy that follows it. JFK is a great example.
Grassy knoll.
Still to this day, there are probably more people that believe that there was a second gunman than there was just one gunman. The Zapruder film, right? Zapruder film, the film, right? The film.
Back and to the left.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
The only film that exists of the assassination.
Come on, dude.
I mean, I know the film, but I don't know what word you're trying to use.
It's called the Zapruder film.
Okay.
I'm saying it wrong though. So let me just. I can't believe it.
Zapruder?
Yeah, Zapruder film.
Okay.
The Zapruder film.
I don't think I've ever heard that word actually.
That's the guy that took it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Abraham Zapruder was the guy that took it. It was the home movie, and then you get the different angles, and then the grassy knoll, and then you see the shadow, and there's something or the other, and that kind of thing. The Trump assassination, right?
Wow.
With the ear and the kid,
right?
Like that. Literally, you had a person that tried to assassinate the most powerful man in the world, and I couldn't even tell you the guy's name.
Well, it just disappeared. It was like news, sorta. It happened on a weekend, and it was gone by Monday. I mean, most people don't even know what you're talking about, Bailey.
It literally was one of the most impactful, as far as shock and awe, assassination attempts in the history. I mean, outside of course, Lincoln and all that kind of stuff.
And it disappeared.
And it just disappeared. Like you can't name the name. Like that's crazy that happened. So then you go, okay, well, was that kid the kid that did it? And why was he involved? And why, like, there's so many questions that go along with it. And then you go, like, why is this happening? And why aren't we told this? And why aren't we told this? I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I believe anything about it.
I think it was a failed assassination attempt by our own government, and the kid was a patsy, and they just blew it away, gone.
And that's the other thing. All these alleged assassins are kids.
Except for the guy at the golf course.
Yeah, except for the guy at the golf course. But see, that's what makes these other stories sound legit with what we're told, is because you have the crazy people out there that are legit crazy.
Yep.
They get busted, they get caught, and you're going, this world is a crazy place.
Try to stab themselves.
I mean,
in the neck.
look at the Mormon church that the guy drove into, start shooting up the place, and then lit it on fire. That's crazy. So these crazy people exist. The guy in North Carolina that went out on a date with Kelly Pickler and then went to the bar on the water and just started shooting up the place. I mean, what are you doing?
What?
That was Saturday night. That was a Saturday night date, you know. I just can't get the guy with the Mormon church, you know. You wake up Sunday morning, it's like, let me get my car and run through a church and shoot it up and then die in a blaze of gunfire.
I was talking. I've said this a million times over the years on the air and on this podcast, and I'll say it again. I was having a conversation with somebody about this the other day who had never heard me say what I'm about to say. Is that I always wish, and I still wish, that I could create an 800 hotline that people can call, and it's called "Call Me Before You Do It" hotline, and literally just ask one question: why? Right? And then when they tell you why, like, I'm planning on going out and crashing my car into a church, shooting people and lighting it on fire. Why are you trying to do that? They give you the reason of, you know, the church did this to me. I hate the church, or I'm a devil worshiper, whatever the case may be. Okay. Then next question is, have you thought about the repercussions? Do you realize that you will never have a freedom the rest of your life? Everyone will hate you. Every single friend that you have, if you have any family member that you have, which you do, will turn against you. You literally will be confined to a very small room with bars. You will be told when to do everything the rest of your life, and you're 20 years old or 18 years old or 15 years old, whatever the case may be. Have you thought about that? And then you wonder, well, is it a generational thing? Which I do think comes into play. I think the younger generation doesn't have a grasp on reality. And do I blame it on the video game trend? Absolutely. Because they grew up in a world of technology where there's more fantasy than there is reality. You know, their backup was fantasy. Their friends were through a microphone or through a webcam, right? Or through a chat room or through a Reddit thread or whatever the case may be. When they died, all they had to do was start it over again and they'd get more lives. You know, so there's this non-reality that they live in that I really think can program you, if you're doing that every single day, to think that that is the real world. You know, isn't an excuse. It's not an excuse. I'm just giving you a reason why I think these young people are more willing to do crazy shit. I mean, think about, as Gen Xers, us growing up, the craziest stuff that we would see. Remember, we used to have bad guys. You know, the terrorists were the bad guys. These are the crazy nut jobs that are willing to blow themselves up because they were promised virgins, because that was their religion.
72.
We could accept that because we weren't them. We did not believe, we did not worship their God. We were not in their religion. We did not live in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So
the Timothy McVeighs too, but they were few and far between.
That's my point. We had the few and far betweens. You had the guy in the 80s, you know, took the long gun into the McDonald's and shot up the place. You had the guy with the bomb strapped to his neck that blew up on live television, but that was few and far between. It was once every so many years. But now this is a daily thing. You have kids going into schools, shooting their classmates and their teachers
For a bad grade or some shit.
for something so minuscule, something so minor, because they don't know how to cope with it. And I don't know the answer to that. Maybe it's bad parenting. Maybe it's bad school system. Maybe it's because they suppressed their emotions and they just put them into something else. Who knows?
Your parents aren't allowed to punish you anymore. There are no consequences for your actions as a child these days.
That
So
could be
how
it.
are you going to care when you get older?
That could be it. Anyway, the point is, you know, are you willing to, for the rest of your life, no longer play your video games, not have a girlfriend, not get laid, not drive a car, not go to a party, not celebrate, your mom's birthday, not go to your mom's funeral, your dad's funeral, your grandpa's funeral. You can't do any of those things. Is it worth it?
Like, they're going to be notorious. They'll probably die. I mean, it's going to be a big deal.
That's the other thing, is the idea of becoming a martyr. Is we've learned that's you can't be a special someone when everybody's doing it. Like if there were 10 Babe Ruths in a row, then Babe Ruth wasn't a Babe Ruth. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're just another loser. You're no one special. If you're I'm going to go shoot a school guy, or I'm going to go shoot a church and blow it up guy, no one's going to remember your name outside of your family, and they're going to be disgusted and disown you. You're not special. And that's the thing. So you got to think of, if you want to be special, you want to do something that'll stand the test of time. You look at a Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk will live forever, and his widow will make sure of that. That is not a political statement that I'm giving you. That is a fact. The assassin of Charlie Kirk made Charlie Kirk 100 times more powerful. And on the flip side of that, here you go, just so I can please everybody, President Donald Trump made Jimmy Kimmel an icon, made Jimmy Kimmel a late night icon that will live forever. That's not me. That's Fox's
Fox's neighborhood.
Yep. Fox's house has got the sirens, because Trump is one of those guys that can't let stuff go. The Kimmel thing happened, and then Kimmel's back on the air. He came on and he gave his half-ass apology, and now it's just a show. He had a huge boost in ratings, and it's over and it's done with. But the media keeps asking Trump, and Trump keeps needling him. Stop it. Be a president. Do presidential things. Don't worry about a late night television host. Move on, dude. All you're doing is bringing attention to it. It's like that stuff you learn in 6th grade, man. So the martyr idea.
You're normal to they'll quit.
The martyr idea doesn't exist if you don't give it. The fire doesn't keep burning unless you put more fuel on it, right? Stop putting fuel on it. Don't give it fuel. Don't give it oxygen. Let it die.
What do you think about the idea that demons are walking amongst us now on Earth? Well, I mean, it seems like there's more evil every day. I don't mean that in the sense. I seem like there's more evil every day.
You're like my mother, where I could be talking about baseball, and then just out of nowhere you start talking about oranges. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that, first of all, there's not a lot of religion nowadays. You got these kids that are empathetic. They don't have any value for the human life, which is probably video games. It would seem like there's just a lot of evil that's gathering in the world. The good is being way outweighed by evil.
There's definitely a lot of evil, but you can't have good without evil. I always say that. Luke Skywalker would be a nothing without Darth Vader.
Yin yang, gotcha.
You cannot have Star Wars with just Luke Skywalker. Luke was a wimp. He was a whiny wimp. Luke Skywalker is not the star of Star Wars. It is Darth Vader. Darth Vader makes Star Wars. So you have to have the bad with the good. So you got to have both. What, Ben?
You can't have darkness. There is no such thing as darkness. There's only the absence of light.
Oh, that's pretty deep.
That is deep.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, back to the Halloween thing. Don't do that. Please do not be the guy for Halloween, because I'm already starting to see this on social media, that has to make your protesty, whiny statement through your Home Depot Halloween decorations. It is a holiday for kids. It is a holiday for kids. Kids want candy. They don't want to see your political statement on your front lawn. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Your neighbors don't care. You pissing them off does nothing in the long run. Save your money, save your time, buy your Milky Ways, give it to the kids, be a good person, make the world a better place. Love Home Depot, but just let's not make the trip this year, okay? Let's just.
I saw a pretty great Halloween decoration when I was driving through downtown Sanford this weekend. It was a skeleton walking, a dog skeleton but the dog skeleton was next to a tree with its back leg hiked up.
Yeah, I saw that one. That's a good one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Right. You want to be scary, but you want to be fun.
Yeah.
You know, the best stuff in Halloween, you know, knock, knock, open the door. You got the little girls dressed as the princesses and they got their bag and they say trick or treat. And then you give them candy and then you see them eyeballing the bowl and they want a little bit more. And you go, you can take another one. And they get so excited that they get an extra Starburst or an extra Milky Way or a thing. That's what it's about, man.
I thought of a good costume for you and Rach because we were having the costume contest before.
Yes.
You could be Doc and she could be Marty McFly. But you like to do like crossover things.
Yeah, I've got one. I was going to do it a couple years ago. If we do anything for Halloween, we don't know if we're doing anything this year for Halloween, but if we do,
Isn't it on a Friday?
doesn't
Ketchup
matter.
and mustard.
No. I do crossover costumes.
Yeah.
So like Willy Wonka Nelson, SpongeBob Ross.
I got you. Okay.
Willy Wonka Nelson's funny.
I want
That
to see
was-
SpongeBob Ross. I think that'd be funny.
That was Willy Wonka Nelson. So it was Willy Wonka's outfit, Willie Nelson's hair,
With the braids.
with the braids and the red headband.
Beautiful.
Nice.
SpongeBob Ross was the SpongeBob costume with the fro
Mhm.
and the palette. This one was a little bit different one year, but after I lost my gig in Atlanta, I was Steve No Jobs.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So it was a great costume. It was very easy. I had jeans, a black turtleneck. I had a Steve Jobs like comb over from the 70s haircut and had a sign around that says help wanted.
Love that.
Yeah, that was pretty brilliant.
I might can steal that from you.
It all started when Rach and I first started dating. And we went to this charity event. It was actually here in Orlando at the Citrus Club. She was Slave Leia and I was Garth Vader from Wayne and Garth. So I had jeans, Zeppelin shirt, the Darth Vader cape, the Darth Vader breastplate, a lightsaber, blonde hair like Garth, and the big wire, black glasses on. And I did, I went swing, I did all the things there. One year I was Weird Al Capone. And people thought I was Howard Stern, but I grew the mustache.
Mhm.
And I had the hair, but I had a gangster suit on.
I can see where people would think you're doing a Stern.
Yeah.
The
Well,
hair.
Weird Al and Stern kind of
Yeah.
look alike a little bit. Yeah. So that was another good one. One year I wanted to be Kurt Cobain and
Mhm.
wear the Bane mask,
Mhm.
but I can't. It's hot.
I was
talk.
Kurt Cobain one year.
Cobain.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You should have done Captain Kirk Cobain.
That I've thought about that one. I thought about that one. So this year, it's good. I like it. It's simple. If I can find one piece of the costume,
Mhm.
and Rach's costume would be simple. It's simple. I can't do mask. I don't want to do paint. That kind of thing. I can put a wig on. That's fine as long as it's not cumbersome. But I don't know if we're doing anything for Halloween. So
I got one Halloween function that I need to have something fun for, which I'm going to invite you to.
I've already been invited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we do something, that's where we'd go.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
Farabella
so-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah. So your sister gave me, whatever the other day. So that was nice.
an invitation.
Well, she's like, you guys got VIP and that's all this stuff.
Oh, cool.
I was like, that's great. I was like, what is it for? Like, what is it? Where is it? What is it going on? She's just call me and we'll set it up.
It's a party at the thing.
Yeah, it's a party. It's a thing. So probably about a bunch of boobies hanging around and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No Farabella boobies.
I mean, no, not like you would think. No,
Mm.
it's much cleaner and more fun.
Cleaner and fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to some like weird Burning Man sex orgy tent.
I mean, let's face it. Sometimes you think of some place like that and you feel like it's got sticky floors, and it ain't that kind of gig.
No, it's not the 70s anymore.
But have you read about people that have gone into that tent?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're the stories are great.
Yeah. I mean,
I read a story of this woman. Okay, for those that aren't familiar with what I'm talking about. So the Burning Man is a big festival in the middle of the desert. It's in Nevada, I believe.
California. I thought.
Is it
Maybe, but I
It's
don't know.
California.
It's California. Okay, so it's between Sacramento and Reno. It's somewhere in that area, like I think a little bit north, because I remember the year it got rained out when I was living in California.
Okay.
So anyway, it's in the middle of nowhere. How about that?
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere with a
Yeah.
bunch of sand. And they've got, I think it's mostly like EDM music, and they've got all this different stuff, and you like literally live out there for days.
Yeah, like a week.
And there's a dome that they create that's strictly for sex orgies.
It's the big cocky man tent.
Yeah, you go you go in there. I don't know the screening process, but you go in there and everybody is having sex. You don't go to watch, you go to participate.
Mm-hmm.
So I read this article from this woman that said that she is kind of in, what is it? And then she experiments a lot. She's a extortion.
Polyamorous?
No. She's a
slut.
No. She's a corporate woman. She's a corporate girl. She's a young girl.
Okay.
She goes to work 9 to 5. I think she worked like in a law office. Dresses nice, pantsuit and everything. The guys that she dates are not satisfying her like she wants to be satisfied. And she had that mindset of, look, I'm young. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now. I'd rather do it with total strangers and just see what it's like. So, supposedly everything's safe, secure, nobody gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to do this and experiment. So she goes, and I'm just picturing this girl because they didn't have a picture of her, but theater of the mind, they explain what she looks like. She sounds very attractive, young, long dark hair, corporate type. I can see her in a business suit and stuff. And then she goes to this festival.
Mm-hmm.
She goes into the dome, and she goes, I walk in and I see this guy, and we catch eyes. No words are said. Just go up and start getting to it. And then this other guy comes up, and they do the tower situation. One in front, one behind.
Finger cuffs.
I think one in the front, one in the back,
Yeah,
like
finger cuffs.
whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, I always wanted to do that, and I did it, and it was the best experience of my life. She goes, I'll never do it again, but I wanted to do it while I was young. I didn't want to do it with anybody that knows who I am. Definitely didn't want to do it in my neck of the woods. I think she lived in New York. She's like, I just wanted to do it. And I was like, good for you, girl. I mean, that's what you want to do. If you're not hurting anybody, you didn't get hurt.
London Tower. That's
London Tower.
Yeah, London Tower.
Yeah, London Tower. I was like, that's good for you. But now, when you do get into a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
do you tell the person that you're in the relationship with?
Not if you want to keep the relationship.
Yeah, you don't say
Some
anything.
things are best left in the past.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I've known people, mainly one person, that supposedly, this guy, you tell me like, oh, I've said everything. I've told my wife everything. And she's told me everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no,
No, she hasn't.
Not a chance.
no, she hasn't. That's one of those things in a relationship that you keep to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
No one needs to know. Now, you do need to know if
Herpes are involved.
right, if there's an STD involved. But you do need to know if somewhere in your relationship, that guy that is part of that world,
Who could come back to haunt you?
yeah, like they show up on social media, or you run into them, or like, who's that? Oh, I bought a dog from him one time. Yeah, okay,
He used to
Or
trim
there are pictures. Yeah. What?
yeah. Then you have to be honest and say, okay, this is what happened. That's the only time you have to tell the story.
There was a time at Burning Man.
Yeah, that's the only time you have to tell the story. But I don't think you have to tell that kind of story right out of the gates. Like first date, like, this is a great steak restaurant. Where'd you find this place? Really? This is good. Yeah, I want to get to know you a little bit better. Really? 2 guys in one dome at one festival. Interesting. That's not the time to do it.
Yeah, no.
Give it some buffer.
Yeah, third date.
Give it some buffer. Yeah. How much would you pay to be put in a situation where you could die?
Apparently $200 for 3 grams.
200. Oh, yeah. That's because you bought drugs and you died and came back to life, Melissa Fox. That's funny. It's not what I'm talking about, but that's funny. I'm talking about for an experience. If you're one of those, I live life to the fullest, and you're an extremist, and you want to put your body and your will and your soul and your spirit and your mind to the test, how much would you pay to be put in that situation?
A whole bunch of nothing.
Zero.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'm not one of those people.
I don't need the adrenaline rush, man.
I agree with both of you. I'm not one of those people, and for the most part, I don't understand why people do this.
Life on the edge, the endorphins, like I see these people that have those they camp on a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
talk about like Mount Everest.
No, it's a rock wall with these hammocks and shit on it.
Oh yeah, like in China, yeah.
Right.
No,
but I also watched the people with the last picture, the last selfie they did, where they're on the side of a mountain, and and then they take the picture as they're falling. That kind of thing scares me. I don't think I would do that either.
Oh, the influencers that are looking for like shares and views, and they end up falling off the cliff
because their death. Yeah,
that's dumb, kind of thing. Absolutely. So I bring this up. Climbing Mount Everest is like on a bucket list for a lot of people.
Face value sounds kind of cool.
Right.
Sure.
You spend weeks preparing because you have to adjust obviously to the altitude, and you have to accept this. There's a risk of death that is part of this deal for you to do it. Because most of these expeditions, they take from like 6 to 10 weeks from start to finish, right? And the price tag that goes along with the climb, it ain't cheap.
Like 6 figures for a lot of this stuff, right?
Yeah. So guided trips, they can range between $35K, that's with a local outfitter, to more than $90,000 with Western operators.
What's a local outfitter mean?
Bill at the bar.
Meet Bill. He knows his way around, as opposed to a Sherpa.
The monk from Golden Child.
Yeah. I want the knife. I want the knife. Some climbers spend upwards of $150,000. That's like gear, Sherpa support. Yeah. Base camp amenities. And even with that local level of investment, Mount Everest remains one of the most dangerous places in the world, with hundreds of climbers. They never make it back down. So about 800 people attempt the summit each year. Many now document, obviously online, and that's makes it even more appealing, because who doesn't want to follow somebody that's could possibly die? I mean, social media is the equivalent of going to a NASCAR race. You go to a NASCAR race, we're waiting for turn 4, right? I mean, that's why you go. You wait for the wrecks. You watch boxing because you want to see somebody get knocked out. Yeah, right. That's the
hockey.
Thing.
You want to see a fight.
Hockey. You want to see a fight. You want to follow someone go to Mount Everest's death zone, not because you want to hear their stories of how tough it was to get to level 1 or whatever the case may be. You're waiting for him to die.
But did you die?
That's how morbid we are. So there's this TikTok creator, Bianca, and she's one of those people. Her clip is got like 25 million views. And she's just sitting in a tent at base camp, and she's like struggling to speak. She's talking about how horrible it is. She explains that her throat and lungs were in pain after being at more than 8,000 meters.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I'm so out of breath, even though yesterday I was 8,000 meters. She's coughing. She can't catch her breath. After spending almost 4 days in the death zone, feeling the worst that she's ever felt, she said, and she spent all this money to do it. There's like around 200 bodies. So like many of Mount Everest's fatalities, they happen along this stretch of the death zone, I guess.
And they just leave them there.
Yeah, can't fish them out.
Yeah, between Camp 4 and the summit, whatever that is.
The top.
So in fact, right now, there are around 200 bodies still in this very area, which is sometimes referred to as Rainbow Valley. I'm assuming because they went over the Rainbow Bridge.
They're all gay.
No.
It's not actually Mount Everest. It's Brokeback Mount Everest.
I don't think the gays would make it because they would probably pack too much luggage.
That's funny.
Coming up with their Louis Vuitton bags, like, I need 4 Sherpas for my stuff.
For the
Jesus, did I pack enough shoes?
It's just nuts. I just don't, again, I have this rule is I never want to die stupid, but like I say, and when I say that, like, I don't want to jump out of a plane. I don't want to skydive.
Have you never gave that a thought?
No.
Why would you do that?
Because I saw Point Break and it looked cool.
I have no interest in the skydive. I don't drive fast. Like I see people driving up and down I-4 and they're flying. A guy on a motorcycle the other day almost clipped my truck.
You do yell at the other people that are driving fast, though.
I don't understand it. There's nowhere that anybody needs to be that fast, like 90, 100 miles per hour. I can track my daughter and how fast she goes in her car. And she took a trip the other weekend back to Georgia with her roommate. She was not driving. Her roommate was driving. Her roommate was doing 92 miles an hour. And I immediately text Bees and I'm like, are you driving? She says, no. She knew it. She knew exactly what I was texting her. I said, why are you going 92 miles per hour? She goes, I told her to slow down. I said, tell her to slow down or I'm calling her dad right now. I said, that's absurd. It's a difference of 20 miles. Okay. So 20 miles per hour, 20 minutes. Do the math. Maybe it's an hour. It'll take you an extra hour to get there. You are not in that big of a rush that you have to get there an hour earlier versus dying as still an unexperienced driver. There's just no point to it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Now I know some people are listening and they're going, oh, you're just a puss. That's what we do. We drive fast, man. Why?
Live on the edge.
What
America.
When I see that Dodge Charger and then just swerving in and through traffic, and it's like a 17-year-old kid, I'm going, dude, what are you doing? Like,
But it's got the Hemi engine. Come on, man.
They come flying by and Bailey goes, where's this guy going? What are you doing?
Like, I'll see you at the stoplight, man.
I just don't understand why you have to not only drive at like 100 miles per hour on the interstate, but you have to swerve in and out of traffic. I guarantee there is nowhere that you're going to that you have to be there that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee
Pumpkin
it.
Spice. It's on sale, man. Got to get there.
No, you order it online. Don't have to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to die stupid? Don't die stupid. There's no need to jump out of a perfectly fine airplane for an adrenaline rush. You want an adrenaline rush? Punch yourself in the face. I mean, really. I mean, you want an adrenaline rush? Jump in your pool and hold your breath as long as you can. You want an adrenaline rush? Put a nail through your hand. So you're not going to die. It just doesn't make any sense to me. These things, again, I'm the prince of common sense, does not make any sense.
I think you need a disclaimer for some of that.
Possibly. Don't do any of those things.
Thank you.
It's like a car commercial. Yeah. They put the fine print at the bottom.
Professional driver on a closed track.
You know what the problem is, Bailey? None of these kids have seen Final Destination.
None of them.
You see,
Did you see the latest one?
You slow it down.
Yeah.
You just do.
Is the latest one out?
I think there is a new one out.
How is there a new one?
They're rebooting the.
Stop.
Yeah. I saw the trailer like months ago. I don't know when it comes out.
I thought that was AI BS.
No, it's the one in the tattoo shop, and the guy's got the nose ring.
No, I saw it because they went back because people didn't get killed before. Yeah, it's out. I saw the thing. It's good.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know it was out. It's on streaming, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's streaming because
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
yeah, no, it's good. It's fun.
you're right. You want to scare your kids? Have them watch Final Destination because they cover every possible scenario that
You gotta
you die.
start from the beginning of the series.
Show them Final Destination and then take a family trip where you're right behind a log truck.
The log truck. Yeah.
That's like the third one, isn't it?
Doesn't matter. It'll scare the hell out of them.
No, that's the second one with AJ Cook from CSI.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Criminal Minds. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. The first one is the airplane.
Yeah.
Where he has the you got to watch them all.
They're
You know,
all good.
is the intuition. The second one is with AJ Cook from Criminal Minds when she was just a little youngin.
Long truck.
That's
yeah.
the log truck, right?
What about the one with the NASCAR?
I don't.
No, that really happened.
They all get muddied after 2 for me, because there's in my opinion is one of the best Final Destination deaths is the tanning bed.
Tanning bed. Okay.
Right. Okay. That was one of them. What about the one with the on the farm with the fence, the wire fencing that just cut
Like
that
I
guy
said,
out?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Boom.
But here's the thing is, like, if you're trying to scare, or at least put some, I don't want to say scare, put some common sense into somebody younger about how bad they're driving. So they're not one of these, dick pucks out on the interstate doing 100, weaving in and out of traffic. Have them watch the Final Destinations. They weren't, they need to be available to movies like we were, like Jaws, right? We're terrified
Don't go in the water.
of going into the water, right?
Okay.
Final Destination. We got a feeling, we're going with it, man. We got intuition. I ain't getting on that plane. There is not one Gen Xer that is listening to this show that has gotten on the road behind a truck carrying logs and done everything they possibly can to get around that truck carrying logs, even though nothing's going to happen.
The anxiety's real.
Because they saw Final Destination, and that is an advantage for Generation X, is we have learned to have common sense of not to die stupid, unlike some of these kids that I see on the internet, on the interstate, that are driving 100 miles per hour, weaving in and out of traffic because you didn't see any Final Destinations. You got to watch the movies that make sense. Final Destination, I guarantee you out there driving like an ass jack on the interstate, you come up to a truck with logs, your whole world's going to change after you watch that Final Destination movie.
Also, good early 2000s soundtrack.
Great
Oh
sound.
yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You think about the movies we grew up with that have stayed with us for the rest of our lives, that have kind of put a scare into us, starting with, probably Jaws. Jaws came out in, I think, 75. I was born in 75. So, I caught at 6, 7 years old, my brother, 10 years older, probably around Fox's age, I'm being introduced to that stuff later. Isn't that weird too? That like Jaws was still a thing, even though it came out the year I was born. That's how good of a movie it was.
Absolutely. It's still a thing now.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly.
50
Yeah.
years later. Yeah.
Then, probably the 80s run of the 80s horror films.
Don't go to sleep.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
With Johnny Depp.
Jason, Friday the 13th, and Halloween.
Mhm.
Right. Those are the 3 big ones. You might argue Psycho or Shining or something like that. But those 3 are the big horror movies of the 80s. And that scared us. So anytime a Gen Xer sees anybody with an OG hockey mask on, that person's going to kill you.
Exorcist too.
Exorcist was another good one, right? So you start to think like Final Nightmare on Elm Street, you're going, if I go to sleep, I'm going to die. I'm going to be sucked in my bed like Johnny Depp was, which is the best death of Freddy Krueger.
Dude, waterbed death. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good one, right?
I was so unexpected when that happened.
Yeah.
It was like, dude.
So then you get into the 90s, and what lessons do we like? What life lessons do we learn? We learn that from Final Destination. That's when the Final Destinations came out in the 90s. The younger generation, what do you got? You've got real life lessons that you see on the internet of shit that's really happening. Dumbasses shooting up churches, dumbasses shooting up schools, dumbasses assassinating people. That's real life, but that doesn't scare you for some reason. How does that not scare you?
Because all they have is graphic novels and cartoons and comic books that are now on the big screen. So it's all fantasy, and it's not real people.
You just blacked out and missed everything that I just said. I just answered that question. They have real life scenarios that they see on a daily basis on the internet. How does that not scare you guys of watching, going on Twitter and seeing a car crash, or going on Twitter and seeing a shooting, or going on Twitter and seeing a beheading, which I saw the other day, which is crazy, or the real life assassination attempts and successful ones. We didn't have any of that. All of our stuff was fantasy, but we took it as reality. You have reality.
Take it as fantasy.
And maybe possibly take it as fantasy.
Wow.
They become so, I don't know, even, I guess they just get used to it. And
The term is desensitized.
Yeah.
That was the word. Words are hard sometimes, Bailey. Okay.
Vocabulary and
$200.
Died twice.
Died twice. I get it. You get a pass. I understand. But I mean, think about that. For the younger generation, they desensitized because everything that is available to them that they see is real. Okay. Which this whole theory sounds crazy. You would be desensitized to things that are actually happening. School shootings, church shootings, assassinations. And you just kind of go, it's can't be real because I didn't know them or I wasn't friends with them on TikTok or something. But for our generation, Gen X's, we were terrified of everything because of fantasy. I didn't want to get sucked into a waterbed. The hell if I'm driving behind a truck with logs on it, that ain't happening. Dude, if there's a guy with a hockey mask, I'm running.
Mom, I'm not going to Camp Crystal Lake.
No way. Dude, that camp has got piranhas in it. I know it.
I'm not getting in the water. You can just forget that.
So it's a weird kind of theory, right? Of you have a generation like ours that was terrified of things because of movies, of not real life, even though our parents would say it's not real. And then you have a younger generation that's not terrified of anything. And they're like in their face every day, they see real life horrible things. I just don't know if they think it's real or maybe it's too real because they see so much of it.
Maybe they just don't value life as much as we did.
That could be. Well, I think I still believe that they think they'll get extra lives. I really think that the younger generation thinks that when they die, they get extra lives.
Yeah.
Like in
A reset.
Jumanji, they have the tattoos.
Okay, yeah.
The new Jumanji, they have the tattoos, and they're like,
so good.
But see, we're back where we started, where they just have no empathy, no value of the human life. And I mean, how do we fix that? I don't think we can.
I don't either. They have to fix it. Like I'm really hell bent on this one. Older generations, as much as you want to be able to fix problems with younger generations, you can't. It's one of those you have to learn on your own. And until the newer generations in this country, in this world, decide how they want to live, we are just guests. And we can't go like, well, this is how it used to be, because that doesn't work. This is tradition. That doesn't work. It's how you guys have to fix you. If you don't want to, if you want to stop the school shootings, you have to stop the school shootings. And I think, that's kind of what Charlie Kirk was doing. I mean, let's be honest. Charlie Kirk was out there recruiting people to be conservative Christian Republicans. Mm-hmm. He admitted that. I mean, he would say, I'm here to change your mind and come over to us. But he wasn't saying you can't come out. You can't come with us because you believe in something else. He's like, I want to debate you, tell you why I think you're wrong, convince you that you're wrong, and then invite you to join us when you realize that I'm right. That was his gimmick. That's commendable. It was full disclosure, very transparent. That's what he wanted to do. But he was targeting the younger generation. And he targeted the younger generation because, remember, he created Turning Point and his organization like 13 years ago.
Yeah, he was like 20.
Yeah, he was that young kid mm-hmm. that was trying to find his way. And so that's one of the reasons, and he believed in this. And he was like, there's a lot of people like me, and then there's a lot of people that think differently, or probably in his head wrongly. I want to convince them, or I just want to give them facts. And he got real smart and he did it. You know, George Carlin's got a really good bit about assassination. It's made its way through the internet of think about everyone that has been assassinated, you know, and he starts naming them. Martin Luther King Jr., obviously Charlie Kirk wasn't a thing when George Carlin did this bit. Lincoln, JFK, Gandhi, you know, all these different things, all these different people. And they all had one thing in common. They stood for peace and love and joy. You know, they weren't militant. They
stood for change.
Yeah, change for the better though, and change for everyone. And so they weren't militant people. He's like, why is everybody that gets assassinated all want peace? Like, why are we killing the people that all they want is peace? Obviously, Carlin did it a lot better because he is the GOAT, but he makes a great point. It's like you have people out there that are evil and violent and murderers that you know that's what they do. Those people aren't touched. The people that are touched are the people that are passive, the people that are loving, the people that are just trying to spread peace and joy. Those are the ones that get assassinated. It's crazy how this world works and who people decide to take out. Doesn't make any sense, right?
It's sad.
It's extremely sad.
Yeah, these are all people that shouldn't have been killed.
None of them, right? You know, unless they were taken from the inside out, as we were talking about in yesterday's episode of the conspiracies that go along with it, you know, which, you know, after watching that Charlie Kirk conspiracy, I ain't buying anything that the news says. I don't care what organization it is and what evidence they give and who says it in front of whoever. I don't believe anything anymore. If that video I saw of that lapel mic is true and the guy is pushing his button or arm at the same time that Kirk is assassinated, that you had me hook, line, and sinker.
Did you see how quick the guys showed up to take down the camera behind him and take the SD card out of it?
No.
I gotta see this.
Instant.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they got the body out of there, the dude's up there taking that camera and pulling the SD card.
So here would be the next thing to take into consideration if you want to jump on the conspiracy. And that is if we hear of a death in the Kirk circle, somebody that was close to him, part of his organization.
Okay. So more further cover up is what you're saying?
Right. Like if we find out that his buddy or his director or his marketing person or his videographer or somebody in that world, you know, and it's a car accident or a plane crash or sickness,
Suicided,
back of the head,
suicide in a jail cell, which is impossible to, you know, die in, Epstein style. Yeah. Epstein did not kill himself.
No,
there's no way.
But he might have a list.
He's not dead,
or he's not dead. Right? I don't think he's dead. There's no way. You don't want to kill somebody like that. You want to put him in a room and you want to suck all the information you can out of him. And he does have a list. Supposedly we're going to get to see it. Nope. Never. We will never see that list.
Not happening.
If we see that list, then any type of progress that is going on, just a little bit of progress, not just in this country, but in the world, will all come to a grinding halt.
Collapse of so much society with that list.
Yes. The most powerful people in the world think that they're above the law and use their dicks more than their brains. And they're all the same way. They're all the same way. Power people think that they can bang anything and they're above the law. Is it right? No, it's not right. But that list would tear down so many countries. It's not even, including ours.
Don't forget there's some vajayjays on that list too.
Right, exactly. And it's not even, dude, I guarantee what would be mind-blowing about that list is it's not about right and left, because when it comes to the party, it's not about the Republican Party. It's not about the Democratic Party. You know what party it's about? It's about the after party. And everybody that is on that Epstein list was there for the after party, not for the red party or the blue party. So then you're going to have confused people out there going, dude, I thought it was a them thing. No, I thought it was a them thing. Are you trying to tell me that red guy and that blue guy were banging the same underage girl? Dude, what's going on here? I thought it was a just them thing.
Red guy, blue guy, red pill, blue pill. What do we do?
It's like the WWF. What do you mean they all get along?
Right. Yeah. There's no heels. There's no baby faces. It's just dicks. You know,
And a couple of vajayjays.
literally dicks and vajayjays. All right. Let me get you your artifact video. What?
No, I'm excited.
Oh, okay.
He's very excited.
Yeah. All right. All right. What the fuck video for this episode? You ready?
What the fuck?
Pay very close attention and you will go, yeah, when you watch this. Okay.
Did he break both of his legs?
Oh yeah, and I don't. Whoever's videoing that guy,
Evil bitch.
is laughing at this dude who must be in immense pain.
You sure that's laughter?
Yeah,
Like a
here we go.
cackling hyena.
Actually, you know what? There are a lot of these videos, and they use the same laugh track. So
You think?
yeah,
Yeah.
it could
Fans?
possibly be wherever I stole that from. They're using that laugh track.
Yeah, but either way, that is, oh my God, almost, yeah. Wow.
Are they broken or just hyperextended, you think?
Broke.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
Fucked
Jack,
up hard.
That's a lot of poundage coming down on two little legs.
Two little sticks. Yeah.
Fucked up. He's
Right through your knees. Bye-bye.
All right. Look, thanks for listening to the Freebay episode. Please subscribe. Like, really join the party. You know, I just don't want you on the porch because the beer's inside. So please subscribe. Go to jasonbailey.com. The website has been revamped, right? It looks badass. It looks really, really good. Very easy to subscribe. When you go to the website, it says subscribe. And then you click that button and then you just fill out the information and you pay your $4.99 and then you get all the episodes. Plus there's like thousands of hours of past content you get.
We cannot forget the newsletter. They got to go on and subscribe to the newsletter as well.
Oh yeah. That's
a thing.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. Thank you. So the newsletter's back. So for you OG two peers that remember when I started this thing, I was very excited about this newsletter and I kind of hadn't done it in a while just because I didn't have time to do it. But now I got the Bald Badger and I said, hey, can you help me out with the newsletter? And so he puts together this newsletter that we sent out the other day and it's tremendous. He did a fantastic job. So, you know, we'll start adding different things in there, possibly do some giveaways in the newsletter to get people to subscribe. That's free. And you can sign up on jasonbailey.com. It's real easy.
Bailey's trying to give away lots of things to subscribers lately.
Yeah. So please, can you do that? Can you do that? So we got that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's free. It just helps out the cause. Like in the podcast world, here's the funny thing, right? This is what I've noticed over the past almost 5 years that I've been doing this podcast thing. It's a blessing and a curse. I'm fortunate enough because I still have a certain amount of loyal radio people fan base that listen to me. My Orlando days is Buckethead, the Atlanta days on the rock station there. Even got some folks from California that listen and subscribe, which is cool. So 3, and even Tampa, you know, people followed me, even my short, not so great time in Tampa. And that's great. And then we've attracted over the years an outside audience that are just podcast listeners, because radio listeners and podcast listeners are two separate types of people, two totally separate types of people. The radio listener, you know, still wants the bits and the games. If you're a radio listener from a certain market, you want what that was then, possibly with those players and those bits and those types of things, you know. Not so much evolving. The podcast listener just wants to fucking be entertained, right? Just give me something to chew on. That's all. So it's like this mix of people, which is kind of cool, right? So it's funny because when we sent out the newsletter, there's people who hadn't got a newsletter in a long time. Some people aren't here anymore. You know, they're not fans or whatever the case may be. So some of the reactions I got were really kind of cool. It was kind of funny. It was very enjoyable, you know. But anyway, we move forward. We're doing really cool things with the BPX, 3 different shows, 5 days a week, great sponsors. I've got a new project that is signed, sealed, and delivered as of the other day. Ben's helping me out with that. I'll be able to announce that soon, which is something that you guys might enjoy, actually. So a lot's going on. So I just want you to be a part of it. And the newsletter will give you all that information and tell you stuff and that kind of things. But, it's important for you guys, if you do support what we're doing and you enjoy it. Like, I'm not asking you to take an entire weekend to do all this stuff. Just like pick one thing, on social media, comment or repost or share or tell somebody to subscribe or you subscribe, those types of things. And I know it's kind of probably a different world, especially from the radio audience, people that are like, well, I'm not subscribing, why should I subscribe? But look, that's what today is. I mean, this is my job. This is what I do for a living. I produce this podcast. I produce 3 different shows 5 days a week. I've got to keep the lights on. So, I mean, I spend hours and hours and days doing these shows. So, just if you want to be a part of this process, I would highly appreciate it and be forever in your debt. Our sponsors are great, and I'm always looking for new sponsors. Again, on jasonbailey.com, you can reach out to me there. Very simple. There's a place for you just to put in your information. Our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut, onceuponacoconut.com. Best damn coconut water in the land. And you can go there, put in your zip code and find out where it's being sold nearest you, whatever state or county or city or country you're in, or you can just get it delivered to you and use the discount code BS Podcast 10 at checkout and save yourself some Gitases there. All right. See, Fox, you got anything before we get out?
One love, baby.
One love, one high, and I see tonight. Right? You too?
No.
Yeah. Revolutionary, man. You
Peace. All right. Ball Badger, you got anything?
Yeah, one of my favorite holiday quotes: "A severed foot, perfect stocking stuffer."
Nice.
Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, is that Mitch Hedberg? Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. If you're going to be doing some drinking, I understand. I get it. If you had too much, please don't get behind the wheel of a car. I've lost way too many friends like that. And sure the hell don't go and post dumb shit on social media because you'll lose all of your friends. All right. We'll talk soon. Support the calls and bye.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, check out thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you like, share, follow on all socials. I leave you with these parting words.
Never got a pink slip either. You know what I would get? A guy would come around to my desk and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
What do we want to talk about?
3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed, details, and to subscribe, jasonbailey.com.